Hello and welcome to the Labor John podcast, where we emancipate. God damn it, Gabe. I'm sorry.
I mean, you edit this, so I don't know why you're apologizing to me.
Well, I mean, we're still humans. We're still talking to each other right now. Even though I'm going to edit this out, doesn't mean that I'm going to edit out our existence in this time frame. Hello and welcome to the
power, though.
Hello and welcome to the Labor John Hello and welcome to the Labor John podcast, where we emancipate ourselves from mental slavery, because none but ourselves can free our minds. We have no fear for atomic energy, because none of them can stop the time. How long should they kill our poets while we stand aside and look? Oh, some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. And that book this week or this month is Mein Kampf. Hello and welcome to the Labor John podcast, where we talk all about the working class history of Philadelphia and the surrounding world. And we don't talk about current events at all. Gabe, what are we going to talk about today? Oh, my name's Sam. Your name's Gabe. How you doing, bud?
It is. Let me collect myself for a brief moment after that introduction. Today, we're going to talk about the 1962 to 1963 dockworkers strike in Philadelphia.
Ooh, I'm so excited. I'm quite familiar with docking, Gabe.
Cool. So before we begin...
Oh, we haven't begun yet? We are recording, sir.
Oh, God. Which computer am I supposed to be pressing? I have too many.
This man has more than one computer. Look at this posh bastard.
It's because I don't know how to do a split screen on my main computer, so I need to grab a laptop to jury rig a secondary screen.
I love it.
All right. So, docks are a thing. Docking is okay. Anyway.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Gabe. You're making it worse.
Philly has a port.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about the port.
Cool.
And it's an important part, port,
yeah,
of our infrastructure and history. So, most importantly, and kind of like
importantly,
Jesus,
I can go back to docking, Gabe.
Okay, so why Philadelphia's port is or has been so central to its history, and why Philadelphia became a vital port city. I'm not going to say the IMP word anymore.
I appreciate that.
Is mostly because it has a seawall protecting it called New Jersey.
Hey, our friends in New Jersey.
Yes. So that protects the port of Philadelphia from severe weather.
Thank you. We send them a card every Valentine's Day.
We do. Because
the collective East Coast of Pennsylvania.
And so before railroads and canals were built, canals came before railroads, but before those came into prominence, the port was really Philly's primary way to connect with the outside world. So in the 1700s, Philadelphia was actually one of the largest ports in North America. And that led to it getting the moniker, the London of the New World.
Okay.
Yeah. It was very wealthy, had a lot of commerce coming and going, and kind of most important, or one of the main things that like made it famous at the time was the quality of craftsmanship of the materials that you could buy in Philadelphia. So we had our own like furniture styles that were considered to be on par with those in London. And a lot of that was exported around both the colonies and back into Europe through Philadelphia.
Cool. And the nightlife was pretty awesome too.
Yes. If you look at the map of Philadelphia in Billy G. Smith's book, The Lower Sort, which is about Philadelphia's poor and underclass, you can see...
You read my mind about a future episode.
The number of houses of ill repute that lined basically like everything from about 2nd Street to the Delaware River.
Yeah.
Also the fact that Betsy Ross lived like, I think 2 doors down from a brothel for most of her adult life.
Wow. She's doing more than sewing, ain't she?
All right, so 18th and 19th century, Port of Philadelphia continues to expand, but haphazardly, without any direction from the city itself. Basically, individual merchants and companies would purchase land along the Delaware, build a dock, and set up their own wharves and warehouses and stuff.
You mean the city of Philadelphia just let corporations run rampant all over the city without any say-so from the population?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, what year was this?
18th and 19th centuries.
Holy hell.
Like, we've been doing this from the very beginning.
Well, I'm counting on my fingers, Gabe. Hold on. Give me a second.
Many years ago. God. As rail traffic expanded, the Pennsylvania Railroad and then the Reading Railroad both built massive port facilities in Philly. And that basically allowed you to ship anything from just about anywhere in the state, and also going into like Iowa or Idaho, Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois, and taking all of that stuff, shipping it to Philadelphia because it was one of the closest and largest seaports that you could get to.
Yeah. Okay, dokie.
So the Reading Railroad also had massive coal facilities because they had the Reading Coal and Iron Company, which was wholly and utterly separate from the Reading Railroad, despite the fact that the Reading Coal and Iron Company exclusively used Reading Railroad to ship all of their coal and iron. But
hey, Google, anyway. How do you define satire?
Basically, a whole bunch of stuff was being shipped out through Philadelphia. And finally, they started building some municipally owned docks. And then in the early 1900s, that started to get consolidated under municipal ownership, finally. So you still had some privately owned docks, but then they started building, or they established the Department of Wharves, Docks, and Ferries.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. And they started building all of the municipal docks that we now have along the Delaware River. So when you're driving on Columbus Boulevard, or Delaware Ave, because I don't fully recognize Columbus, so as you're driving down the
any road
formerly known as Delaware Avenue,
there you go.
You'll see a bunch of buildings that'll be labeled as like Pier 38, Pier 80, Cherry Street Pier, all of that. And those were the municipal piers that got built by the city.
Very interesting, Gabe.
And so ships could come and dock there, and then they would hire private stevedoring companies to offload everything, but they were paying the like docking fees to the city of Philadelphia. There was also a really wide variety of industries that used the port. It was everything. The Census Department stated that 87% of recognized industry types were present in the Port of Philadelphia. So if you think of like every possible industry that the government can classify, 87% of that list was at one point present being shipped out of the Port of Philadelphia.
And if the government can make money off it, they will classify it.
Yes. In 1954, the port handled 88 million tons of imported cargo.
I'm counting on my fingers again, Gabe.
You need lots of zeros. I don't know if you have a zero finger.
I can adapt.
And
or evolve quick enough.
Exported 39,700,000 tons in 1955.
Okie dokie.
This produced $650 million worth of direct income in 1955, and was expected to add an additional $50 million of income to the city's budget, or not to the city's budget, but like $50 million worth of Well, $50 million worth of trade was expected to happen, or was expected to be added to the existing $650 million every year.
Okay.
So by 1962, by this estimate, we'd be at like 800 or close to 900 million. So probably, let's say $1 billion. $1 billion.
$1 billion
worth of trade going on in Philly.
I want some dock workers with freaking laser beams on their freaking heads.
Oh, we'll get there.
Oh, Gabe. I didn't know we were going to take that kind of a turn.
Well,
hey, there they go. See, now, you have to watch the slideshow on YouTube or our soon-to-be new website, Gabe, to actually witness that there's a picture of a dock worker with a laser beam on his head.
Something like that, yeah.
It's a teaser, Gabe. Follow along with it.
All right. So speaking of dock workers and laser beams, all of that economic activity required a lot of human labor because while we had a municipal dock system at this point, we hadn't gotten to containerization. So,
no.
All of these
barrels
ships,
versus bags version 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
So this is both barrels and bags and like crates. But most importantly, all of this had basically to unload these ships. You would go down into the hold of the ship, load whatever stuff they had onto effectively a big pallet, which would then get picked up by a crane, which would be lifted up and then sent over. And you can see on the right-hand side of the slideshow, these guys standing on platforms. These are sticking out of the side of the municipal piers. So they're like 4 stories up on a tiny little platform guiding in.
Is that dental floss holding that contraption together?
Basically, yeah. So they're guiding in some probably like sacks of grain or something. Basically, the whole process was still all done by human labor. It had not been even remotely close to being automated, except for like grain offload, for bulk grain offloading that isn't in bags or anything. They did have methods of like using big augers to suck everything out. But
and there's some cranes there too, Gabe.
Well, yes.
I mean, like that's a slippery slope to AI.
It's true.
So, cranes. I'm anti-cranes. I don't think we ever knew this, but just FYI for future. Going forward, take that into consideration when you talk to me.
I mean, human society has been going downhill for the past like 3,000 years since the first cranes appeared
in ancient Egypt.
Yeah, whenever the first person used a lever, that's really been the issue here. Okay, so they would take like pallets of cargo off of these ships, bring it over to the municipal piers where it get offloaded, and then stored in the pier where it would probably get loaded onto trucks or onto train cars and then shipped elsewhere.
Cool.
We've already talked a little bit about unionization in Philadelphia's docks with everybody's favorite Ben Fletcher.
Yes, we love Ben Fletcher here on this podcast. And that's not even like, we love this guy. Yeah. I would marry him, Gabe. I would marry him.
I honestly, yeah.
If he consented, I would marry him.
Yeah, I agree. And the union that he helped to form, the Marine Transport Workers Industrial Union Local Number 8, which, by the way, now has 2 monuments on the Philadelphia waterfront, thanks to Philly IWW and Philly DSA.
And if you turn an 8 on its side, it's an infinity symbol, which is how long I will love Ben Fletcher.
Now, unfortunately...
Don't look at my DeviantArt page, Gabe.
Oh, God. Unfortunately, MTWIU Local Number 8 did not last for infinity. It had basically collapsed by the mid 1920s.
It didn't really stick around too long. Unfortunately,
admittedly, being subject to like a massive Red Scare and having all of your leadership constantly arrested does not lead to good stability.
Mm-hmm.
Just of the IWW got swept up in the Palmer raids. Ben Fletcher got arrested.
And why would those in power want a multiracial union of common folk coming together for a common cause, Gabe? Why? Why would they want that?
The captain in charge of the Philadelphia Navy Yard had some very interesting things to say about having to hire IWW workers to repair the U.S. naval fleet during
Gabe,
World War I.
Hold on, I got to get my bleep ready. Go ahead. we can't, we can't be knocked off the airwaves.
We need to do a separate episode just on like late IWW Local 8 because it's fascinating.
Agreed. So
in its place, after Local 8 fell apart, Philly's dockworkers reorganized into the International Longshoremen's Association Local 1291.
Okay.
I haven't been able to find the exact dates that 1291 formed, but by the 1930s, they were present on Philly's docks.
Okie dokie.
And actually, the ILA dates back to the 1880s, originating in New York. They had actually had previous organizing attempts in Philly, but those had fallen apart. And so this was the 1930s was the first time that the ILA had a stable union in Philly. And it was probably a lot of veterans from Local 8, but reorganized into the ILA.
Sure.
All that being said, by 1962, ILA 1291 was well established in Philly and representing longshoremen from Packer Ave all the way up to the Northeast. So, the whole of the Delaware.
That's about it.
Yeah. And also 1291 wasn't the only ILA local in the area. I'm at the very end. I'll list all of them because I didn't put it on this slide. So,
okay, closing credits material. Cool.
There we go. So, 1962, Philly had a booming port. ILA 1291 represented most of its dock workers, but dock workers still didn't have a steady job. So weirdly, they actually went back to the main thing that IWW Local 8 fought against, which was the shape-up system. So this is when you didn't have a steady job. You had to show up to basically a shape-up site every morning, and the bosses would choose who gets hired every single day.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So what you're seeing on this slide here is a whole bunch of cars parked near one of the shape-up sites at Pier 80. And basically you would drive down to the pier every morning, get out of your car and wait, and maybe you had a job that day.
Think about all those idling what year is this, Gabe?
1962. So
let's say 57 Chevys.
Yeah.
57 Chevy idling. This is the reason why we have climate change, Gabe. Mm-hmm. This is what happened. I blame these bosses. We should, do something about it.
Yeah. Also why all of Philly's topsoil still has tetraethyl lead. Because there's a lot of leaded gasoline right here.
Great. Mm-hmm. Delicious. I just want to plant some delicious tomatoes in there, Gabe.
Yeah. So
I'm just joking. I go to Jersey for all my tomatoes. We have to compliment Jersey once. It's part of our court-ordered,
reparations.
Yeah, sure. That we have to do. We have to compliment Jersey once every episode now.
That's fair. Jersey tomatoes, when they're in season, fantastic. So they had a bunch of different hiring points all around, or all up and down the Delaware River. workers would show up, and then they'd set up work gangs, and they'd go out to each of the docks to unload the ships. Now, at 7:15 a.m., May 2nd, 1962.
London, England, tea time, 19th September 1975.
I don't like it when the time comes up, Gabe.
So 7:15 a.m., May 2nd, 1962.
Shit.
They fucked up this system where they took 14 hiring locations in South Philly and replaced them by a single hiring point underneath the Walt Whitman Bridge to the west of Delaware Avenue.
Okay.
So I think this is where the entrance onto 95 is, under the Walt, because you have to drive under the Walt Whit, and then there's the 95 entrance there, if I'm remembering correctly. It's been like 5 years since I lived in South Philly, but 6 years now. Jesus. Anyway,
Gabe, you lived in South Philly.
Yeah. I have spent my fair amount of time walking from underneath 95 to 7th Street because there's no goddamn parking anywhere in South Philly.
Gabe, one day we will live in Chestnut Hill. We're
Getting
almost
closer.
there. We're almost there.
Speaking of which, we do have a Patreon. If you'd like to pay for our Chestnut Hill mansion.
Yes, and we'd also like to thank, we don't really do callbacks and stuff on regular episodes, but thanks to the SBWU, the Starbucks Workers United here in Philly, and to put this thing together. There's so many people who put this together. Our Chestnut Hill Library Talk.
Oh, yeah.
And it was very nice. It was very nice to be invited to things like that, you know?
It was.
And talk to the actual people who are making the history that we're eventually going to talk about when we're 90 years old. Well, you're 90. I'm gone a lot closer than that, Gabe, you know, earlier than that.
You're going to live an infinite amount of time, Sam.
Thanks, Gabe. I know that.
Mostly as punishment, but
that's what those gas station pills keep saying.
Stanley Alec, who is the hiring foreman for the Atlantic and Gulf stevedores, took it upon himself to hire a work crew to unload the ship, the Black Osprey, at Pier 38.
Damn. Is that an attack helicopter?
Yeah.
Black Osprey?
Which doubly pissed off everyone because the single hiring point caused a whole bunch of confusion and traffic jams, which it was supposedly intended to relieve or to prevent traffic jams, which didn't work.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It was a bad idea. So this guy hired work crews outside of the new designated hiring point. Two other work gangs were also hired at the South Philly hiring location to unload the same vessel.
Okay.
So basically, it used to be you would get hired near the pier that you would be working at.
Sure.
But now they had...
It'd be weird if the pier was in fucking Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now it might as well have been, because they have everyone congregating under the Walt Whitman. And so you ended up with 3 work gangs all hired to unload the same ship because no one was talking to each other. And it was just like this massive state of confusion, and no one knew what the fuck was going on.
Awesome.
So in response to that...
Philadelphia on a Tuesday.
Exactly. In response to that, about 250 dock workers walked off the job in protest.
Oh.
And started demanding a return to the old 14 hiring locations.
Cool. Okay.
So
fair?
Yeah.
Fair.
Within a day, the strike had expanded, and they had enough pressure to hold a vote to see if the union as a whole wanted to return to the old hiring system. The single point hiring plan had actually been agreed to by union leadership,
no.
So the strike was it was effectively a wildcat strike, and caught both the bosses and union leadership completely off guard. And in response to that, both bosses and union officials backed down and agreed to return to to the original 14 hiring locations.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow, cool.
Because
I think it was going to go that way.
Yeah. So they won and also demonstrated that there was a very militant rank and file in the union at this point.
Yeah.
That they were not willing to take shit lying down. And that brings up the fact that their contract and the contract of all of the ILA's unions up and down the Eastern Seaboard expired on October 1st.
Contracts expiring at the same time, Gabe.
Mm-hmm.
I like the sound of that. Kind of familiar, too.
So the workers in ILA 1291 went into the summer already having demonstrated that they can organize and effectively strike on their own, and we're ready to fight for a contract. So boats. By the end of September 1962, contract negotiations had already stalled out. In New York, there were 14 ships left in the port on September 29th, because everyone knew like this was going to be a massive strike.
Yeah.
And basically everyone expected like this is not going to go well. Get your ship out of the port now. And because it's important to remember that every single second that a ship is in port, if it's not actively offloading materials, it is getting charged a huge amount of money, because it has to pay fees to dock. It has to pay It has to pay its crew. It has to pay insurance fees. It has to pay maintenance. Has to pay fuel. And if it's just sitting there and not offloading cargo, it is just losing money hand over fist.
Yeah. It's like a taxi cab, Gabe.
Yes.
It's like a taxi cab.
So shipping companies get really, really, really angry when their ships aren't being offloaded quickly. So all of the New York City shipping companies knew that like, oh, a strike is coming. We need to get everything offloaded as quickly as possible, get all of our ships back out to sea, and that way they'll make money for us while the strike in the U.S. is going on.
Awesome. That's what's important.
Yes. In Philly, all the shipping companies were basically just like, we can just keep going normally. We don't need to worry about this.
Okay, sure. Let's
go. So, like, the New York docks were basically a ghost town. Philly were just running normally for some weird reason. I wasn't able to find an explanation for it.
Philly on a Tuesday, Gabe.
Yep. So, at the same time, representatives from the ILA in Philly had gone up to New York City to negotiate the contract for the East Coast ports. Federal mediators were already there and were hoping that they could avert a strike. Now, Alfred Corey, who is the executive secretary of the Philadelphia Marine Trade Association, which was the organization representing the stevedoring, docking, and shipping companies.
Okay.
He was raising concerns about the unique conditions of Philadelphia's port, saying that
I don't like that.
Yeah, he didn't want to be forced to agree to something that was intended for the port of New York if it didn't fit the conditions that he was facing in Philly. And basically he said that no matter what happens at the national level, the Philadelphia Marine Trade Association won't accept a contract without provisions for their own local conditions.
Okay.
So effectively, he wanted a carve out to undercut the wages that were agreed upon at a national level. Is at least that's how I read his statements.
Okay, great guy.
Yeah. The main thing the bosses wanted was a reduction in work gang size, which, unsurprisingly, the union opposed, because that makes your working conditions less safe if you have like a pallet that needs to be moved by 4 people, but your work gang is only 3 people.
Work harder, Gabe.
Exactly.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Get swole.
Hey, yeah, you can skip gym. You can skip gym that day, Gabe.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. See, we just solved the working class's problems in 5 seconds, Gabe.
Exactly.
That's all. We got to pull ourselves up by our toenails or something now.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck have we got?
Yeah, who can afford toenails these days?
Seriously, mine falling off like, oh, damn. It's like chiclets on the floor.
Okay, so both sides knew that a strike was imminent, and the union started handing out no contract, no work placards.
I like placards. Bring back the placards.
Exactly. Now, are you ready for another time and date stamp?
Hold on. Ready?
Yes.
Go ahead.
At 12:01, October 1st, 1962,
We're taking applications for the IRA downstairs in the dressing room.
I didn't want to use the same one for comedic reasons.
Fair.
That one was pretty funny.
I like it.
Why do we have an IRA thing? Don't answer that question, Gabe.
You know, there probably were some places in Philly taking applications for the IRA in the 60s, but
if Fergie's existed in the 60s. Oh God.
Where do you think Fergie was?
That wouldn't be slander, because I think Fergie would be like, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
everybody outside of Philly's like, what the fuck?
So
Fergie from Philly, man.
Finally, by October 1st, Philadelphia shipping companies realized, like, we probably should stop sending our ships to Philly. Mm-hmm. There were only a few ships left in the port, one of which was the Baltic Sea that was a cargo vessel that was unloaded at Pier 98 by 11:30. At the Reading Company Pier 18, 10 men halted work, loading coal onto the freighter Martha when the strike began at 12:01 a.m. 25 more walked off at Pier 122 midway through unloading the freighter Dynamic. And so there were 3 ships basically just left stranded at 12:01 a.m. October 1st when the strike was called.
And they're still there. Ooh.
So the strike was on. Over 5,500 members of ILA Locals 1291 and 1332 were on strike. Initially, there were actually no pickets set up because they weren't sure if they were going to need them.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you didn't know if there was going to be any scabbing. You can probably predict it, but they also didn't know where the pickets would be needed, because you don't know who's going to scab. But the docks and waterfront, which were normally like a hub of activity, were just a ghost town, which a lot of the newspaper accounts were hammering on about. That usually there's like trucks and cars and everything going every which way all along Delaware Ave, but it was just empty and
tumbleweeds,
eerily quiet. Yeah. So most of the ships that were still at dock were expected to anchor in the middle of the river and wait out the strike. Now, and that's also because if I remember correctly, you don't get charged an anchorage fee. So it's cheaper to just go anchor in the middle of the river.
All right.
Now,
it's like just parking your car in the middle of the Schuylkill Expressway.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
It's cheaper than doing it on the, somewhere else.
That's why people do it.
I know. I do it weekly, Gabe.
Mm-hmm. I see the news reports about it every time.
That Hertz is never lending me a car ever again.
Did you see the cow that escaped twice in
Is this
Old
the beginning
City?
of a joke, Gabe?
No, there was a cow that was being used as part of a nativity scene at a church in Old City that escaped twice and got on 95.
Damn. Is the cow okay, Gabe?
Yeah, it was fine.
Oh, good. Thank God. Jeez.
And the cow was from Roxborough.
That makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. But there'd be a lot of people going like, yo, move. Philly.
Okay, so
this is an utter travesty.
Oh, okay. At the national
Not everything's
level,
black and white, Gabe.
well, the cow was brown.
Well, I'm trying to milk this,
Oh my God.
for time.
All right. At the national level, people started discussing what the federal response would be to the now 85,000 dock workers that had gone on strike across the country.
That's a number.
Rumors came out that President Kennedy might invoke the Taft-Hartley Act and force an 80-day cool-down period. As of October 1st, the Department of Labor would neither confirm nor deny that was in the cards.
Okay.
At 10 a.m., October 1st, President Kennedy took the first step in using the Taft-Hartley Act.
You motherfucker.
Calling for a fact-finding probe into the strike to begin the federal mediation process.
God damn it. My Irish ancestors voted for you, Jack. God damn it.
By Tuesday, October 2nd, pickets had been set up around most of the docks in Philly, but the docks stayed closed, so everything was peaceful. 4 ships were stranded in the river, but one was expected to get a union exception, Jesus, so it could unload military supplies.
Oh.
Yeah. This is 1962, after all.
When was the Bay of Pigs?
Oh.
Was that 63 or was that 61, Gabe?
It's a good question.
Hold on, Gabe. You're not allowed to Google, but I am.
Yeah.
April 61.
Okay. So
they had to bring back all the, everything. So it took them a while. And they landed in Philly instead of Florida. So,
so the passenger ship Victoria had also docked at this point, because you can't just sit in the middle of the river with a bunch of people on board. You can do that.
That's called a cruise.
Fair. But people tend not to like it for extended periods of time when they're expecting to get off the ship at some point.
Yeah. I mean, eventually,
Yeah.
you got to land at Cape Canaveral.
This is true. So the passenger ship.
See the swamps.
Well, there's some swamps in South Philly, so the passenger ship Victoria.
South Philly was built on a swamp.
It is a swamp.
But you lived there for 6 years, Gabe. 7 years.
No, I lived there 6 years ago. I only lived there 4 or 5 years.
Oh, your credibility's going down.
Yeah.
Our South Philly demographic is slightly decreasing here, Gabe.
5 years at 7th and Snyder is like a decade anywhere else.
Fair.
So,
that's like 50 years in Roxborough. Good on you, buddy.
I mean, honestly, I loved it down there. It was being able to hear a different language depending on which direction you walked was a very interesting experience, where you
That's
go
cool.
you go a block north, everything's in Spanish, a block south, everything's Cambodian, a block towards the river, it's all in Mummerese, which is its own language. So the passengers from the Victoria finally had to haul all of their own luggage off of the ship, which was very upsetting, which you can see in this picture here.
Oh, the poor bastards.
Mm-hmm. Also, this is the first time I noticed the giant stuffed animal. I've looked at this picture so many times, and I never noticed the big, I think that's a horse. So, anyway.
Hey.
ILA was the International Longshoremen's Association, was reporting a 100% strike efficiency from Maine to Texas,
Nice.
shutting down the entire U.S. East Coast shipping industry.
Nice.
And meanwhile, Kennedy was still expected to order an injunction to enforce the 80-day cooling off period. But as of yet, he hadn't.
Okay.
On Thursday, October 4th,
I got my eye on you,
1962,
Kennedy. I got my eye on you, Kennedy.
Judge
London,
John...
England, tea time, 19th September 1975.
Sorry, Gabe, what was that year?
1962.
Cool.
John F. X. McGohey, who's a judge in New York, issued an injunction against the strike, initially to last only until October 14th, by which time the judge would issue a ruling on whether or not the request for a full 80-day injunction was valid.
Okay.
By that Saturday, Philly's docks came back to life. Workers were expected to work overtime to make up for the lost week, but there was still no new contract and no resolution on work gang size. By October 10th, Judge McGohey issued a final ruling approving the 80-day strike, or the 80-day injunction, which would last until December 23rd.
Okay.
While all of that was going on, a strange package arrived in New York.
Gabe, don't talk about my lower section like that.
Well, and this was a shipment of flowers from East Germany, which was offered as a gift to the American dockworkers.
Okay.
From our friends in the Democratic Republic of Germany.
Okay.
And
cool.
The ILA refused to handle it.
What?
So it moved from New York City to Philadelphia.
There we go.
Where the ILA locals here again refused to touch it.
God damn it.
So it was then shipped down to Baltimore. And this was because the ILA had a standing rule that they wouldn't handle any Soviet or Eastern Bloc goods.
God damn it.
So it was expected that it would have to get returned to East Germany, but there were lots of interviews of like the crews on board the ship and the captains being like, we were just told to bring this here. We don't know anything about it. We don't know why. And everyone was very confused as to what to do with this. But interesting, weird little bit of East Germany being like, we want to show our support to the dock workers on the U.S. East Coast. And then...
Is there an ending to that story, Gabe?
No, it was just an interesting little tidbit that I discovered.
All right.
I mean, the ending of the story is that they shipped the flowers back to East Germany. And some poor dock worker in like Potsdam probably unloaded a bunch of dead flowers
that he delivered about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. She was just like, Fritz, the flowers have returned.
They are withered. Withered now.
They are tot. 80 days came and went. Early December, it was being reported that the strike would resume by the 23rd. Negotiations had continued over the cool down period, but the union had rejected the quote unquote last best offer from the Shippers Association. Main sticking point was still work gang size, and because the shippers wouldn't budge on that, the union wasn't willing to move on other topics of negotiation. And likewise, the shippers were refusing to move on the union's demands for a guaranteed 6-hour minimum day and severance pay.
Cool. I'm glad we all see eye to eye.
Yeah, it's going great. So federal mediators were still trying to bring both sides together. Secretary of Labor W. Willard Wirtz produced a 1-year contract, or proposed a 1-year contract, with the work gangs issues submitted to a study committee. Both sides rejected that offer. The union then offered a proposal on Saturday, December 22nd, which would have instituted an impartial study of work gang sizes to determine the best course of action.
Oh, God, the studies are coming.
Yeah. Well, the shippers rejected that. So on December 23rd, 1962, the strike resumed.
Hey, okay. Merry Christmas.
But because it was right before Christmas, the ports were going to be shut down anyway.
Yeah.
And pickets didn't show up until Boxing Day on Wednesday, the 26th.
I'm glad we all had a little vacation.
Yeah.
We're going to strike out. You want some eggnog?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you got to have your parties.
Yeah, little parties. They had a breather.
Yeah.
A breather.
So, again, ports were closed from Maine to Texas, and 5,500 men in Philly were back on strike. Philly actually became the center of a lot of the negotiation issues as the mediators were trying to find a resolution.
And they couldn't understand our accent.
Yeah, that was probably the main thing.
Can I ever tell you the time that I was in Cape Cod? I was playing a show.
Oh, God.
And I asked the bartender for a glass of water, and she thought I was asking her for a glass of quarters for about 5 minutes. We did not understand each other at all.
Honestly, two accents that like will just bounce off of each other. Philly and Boston, it's do not communicate well. Yeah.
I never did get my glass of quarters though, Gabe.
I mean,
God damn it. I needed that, man.
The jukebox doesn't play itself. So
that's right, man.
Okay, so Philadelphia Marine Trade Association was again asserting that it wouldn't abide by any national agreements that didn't have carve-outs for local issues.
Okay, sure.
And ILA 1291, though, was not going to be intimidated by this.
Ooh.
And the International Union actually pledged that they would back the Philly local if the PMTA continued to refuse to negotiate.
Cool.
So the strike would not end until Philly had a resolution and a contract.
As it should be.
Yeah.
Start and stop Philadelphia.
Keystone State, motherfucker. So the second round...
No, Gabe, quite frankly, the only city that matters.
It's true.
I'm sorry to say it.
It's very true.
We might lose some listeners, but it's got to be said. I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah. We're the center of the known universe. So,
yeah.
Okay. So second round of strikes was already having larger impacts than the first. 19,000 rail cars had been dispatched to the ports before the strike, but were now stranded with no ships to be offloaded onto.
God damn it, my Nintendo Switch is still on that motherfucker.
Exactly. The National Mariners Union was honoring the strike and refused to move any vessels without express clearance from the ILA to do so.
I love it.
President Kennedy started getting increasingly frustrated with the strike, and concern over its economic impact was growing.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're balls deep in Marilyn Monroe, do you want to really be dealing with Philadelphia dock workers? Seriously, can we talk about? Come on. Anyway,
okay, so essentially, the strike threatened to shut down the entire economy, and everyone was worried about what might happen if it dragged on too long. Negotiations continued, but in early January, neither side was able to come together.
Okay.
In addition to the work gang size, the ILA was asking for a 50 cent per hour pay package, which got broken down into 15 cents the first year, 11 cents the second year, 11 cents increase to pensions, 10 cents increase to welfare, and 3 cents for clinic care.
Okay.
They were also asking for 4 more paid holidays, 4 weeks of vacation after 10 years of employment.
All right.
Yeah.
Does this sound good, Gabe?
Overall, yeah.
Sure.
The bosses responded to that with a 22 cent pay package, broken down into 12 cents the first year, 10 cents the second year, and
no cents the next year.
Yeah. And that was broken out evenly between wages and benefits.
Okay.
Yeah. At this point, dock workers were making about $32 an hour in today's wages. At the time, it was $3.02 per hour.
Okay.
And just to give you a sense of the impact that this work had on the bodies of these people, while researching all of this, I uncovered an obituary for an ILA member who passed away. He was a retired dock worker from Philly. He had been retired for 7 years when he passed away. He was 56 years old. So my guess is he started working on a dock when he was 19.
Yeah.
Worked for 30 years, was retired for 7, and died at 56.
Damn. That sucks.
Yeah.
I have 22 years left.
Oh,
32.
Hopefully working conditions have slightly improved.
And I don't work on a dock, so.
Yeah. I
That
mean,
sucks, man.
You're
that's hard work.
Yeah.
That's tough work, man.
So
I want to see the people in suits try to get down and do that work.
Exactly. I will say, speaking of suits,
You'll scuff your cummerbund.
These are some finely dressed dock workers right here.
Beautiful people. Gabe.
There's some fantastic outfits.
Gorgeous human beings. I love every single one of them almost as much as I love Ben Fletcher.
There you go.
Local IWW 8. Ben Fletcher.
All right. So the strike dragged on into the early winter of 1963. Picket lines were mostly peaceful. There was an incident in Texas where a scab was shot in the foot while trying to cross a picket line. So
you got another foot.
Yeah, he's fine. Feet heal. They grow back.
No.
So in Philly, the workers kept up their pickets despite the cold weather. And by January 5th, negotiations had started making some progress, but no one was very happy. President of the ILA complained that the Secretary of Labor hadn't actually called joint negotiations between both sides. Instead, he was holding separate meetings and just acting as an intermediary.
Okay.
Which was just taking forever.
More middlemen. That's all we need. Fixes the problem.
Clearly, we need more middlemen and more committees.
Yes. More insurance companies, more just everything middlemen, Gabe.
Exactly.
Let's never solve any fucking problem in this country.
So by this point, the union had actually lowered their demands to a 26-cent pay package.
Oh.
While the shippers were holding firm to their 22 cents.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. So the union was actually trying to negotiate, and the shippers were not having it.
Why would the bosses want to have less money in their pockets, Gabe? Less vacation homes and yachts.
Exactly. And that was just the national agreement. Again, local conditions would still need to be discussed in their respective cities.
Yeah.
July 9th, 30 representatives from ILA 1291 and 12 representatives from the Philadelphia Marine Trade Association met to discuss the local issues in the city. And while progress was slowly being made in each individual city. By January 17th, the overall strike had expanded to 100,000 workers across the East Coast. Yeah.
It's a lot of heads.
Again, picket lines were mostly peaceful. There were some instances of ships being unloaded by scabs, one being unloaded by farmers.
Okay.
And an unnamed group that unloaded a shipment of Israeli bananas.
What?
I'm not sure. It's very suspect, but that happened.
I'm not touching that joke, Gabe.
Yep. So economic impact of the strike had also steadily grown. It was estimated that it was costing the economy $25 million every single day.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck us.
This caused a lot of issues with grain storage and heavy industry, because a lot of the grain that was expected to be shipped out was just rotting in silos. And heavy industries couldn't process or couldn't import the metals that they needed. So they couldn't build anything.
Yeah. And those Nintendo Switches, Gabe.
Exactly. So people were getting very concerned, and President Kennedy appointed a group to find a solution. So we have more committees.
Great.
Headed by Congressman Wayne Morse of Oregon, who was known as an experienced labor negotiator. His appointment was supported by the PMTA.
Yes.
But couldn't.
And side note, of all the times we were talking about Boston and the MTA, I'm surprised we didn't mention Charlie and the MTA yet. So I'm gonna mention them now. So Charlie and the MTA.
Yeah. At the same time, 7 senators proposed various new laws to restrict the impact labor could have on the defense industry.
Okay.
Making strikes illegal in anything related to defense, or trying to make strikes illegal in anything related to defense, and limiting unions' power under antitrust laws.
Cool.
Yeah, this is great
Much
stuff.
Much needed. We need this.
Yeah. So pressure was building on both sides to get the strike finished, because the union recognized that these senators are going to keep trying to bust them with the law, and the shippers were recognizing, like, oh, all of our contracts are going to start going up in smoke because the economy is losing $25 million a day. So by January 20th, the Morse Commission finally offered a plan that the union could accept, provided a 39% or 39-cent pay package, which was 11 cents than the union wanted, but 17 cents more than the bosses had offered.
Yeah.
So not too bad. It also had additional vacation days, improvements to the pension and medical plans, and was overall fairly positive. I believe work gang size was still going to be reviewed and discussed at a later point, if I remember correctly. So the ILA International accepted that proposal, but final acceptance had to go through every single individual port, and the strike wouldn't end until every single port agreed to it.
Damn. Okay. Well, every person, every vote matters. So
yeah.
So you want to play this game? You want to play democracy? This is how democracy works.
Yeah. And they also recognize that if you open the port of Boston, everything is just going to go up to Boston and then get loaded onto rail cars and get shipped out anyway.
Yeah.
So
solidarity.
Yeah, exactly. So the Philadelphia
name of the game.
Oh,
solidarity.
So the Philadelphia area locals, which were 1291, 1332, 1242, 1242-1, 1566. These were all in Philadelphia.
A bunch of Philadelphians are checking their lotto numbers right now.
And then
Rip.
1694 down in Wilmington, Delaware. So they met with representatives of the Philadelphia Marine Trade Association on January 20th to go over the Morse proposal. The first day was mostly spent explaining the 5-page contract and answering initial questions. By Wednesday, January 23rd, Philly locals and the PMTA went into a 16-hour negotiation session,
Okay.
which ended Thursday morning, with the union accepting a tentative agreement to be presented to membership that Friday. Now, Philly had come to a resolution. Dock workers in Mobile, Alabama rejected their proposal. So even
Remember what I said about solidarity, Gabe? I don't know anymore.
Yeah, well,
Suck it up, man.
yeah.
I just
So Philly's membership approved the agreement on Friday, January 25th. Other ports were ordered to return to work by federal courts, and some southern dockers were still refusing to return. So it seems, as far as I can tell, the ILA was, if it wasn't for the federal return to work order, the ILA probably would have stayed on strike to support the workers in Mobile.
Yeah.
But they recognized that they weren't going to be able to stand up to federal pressure.
Gabe, a lot of times in this podcast, a quote from an Irish song always comes up. And I don't know if this was like Patrick Pierce, whoever said this, but the law can never scorn the right of a man or a person to be free.
I like it.
You like it? I like it too, Gabe.
I like it a lot.
We should quote it more.
Yeah. Who's that from?
I'm not sure. I know it's from a Dubliner song called Rebellion. No, it's not. It's from Free the People. It's a Dubliner song, but it's Free the People.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know where the quote attributes from. Could be Patrick Pierce. Could be someone like that.
Yeah.
James Connolly.
It sounds like Pierce or Connolly. Well, apparently not enough people in 1962 in Philadelphia had signed up to join the IRA, so they hadn't read it. It seems that because
You were Philadelphia's outstanding citizen.
Yes.
I don't think I've used that one yet.
So ILA was willing to reopen ports, and the final agreement that Philly achieved was 15 cents per hour the first year. This is in increase to their $3.02.
Okay.
So 15 cent per hour increase the first year, 9 cent per hour increase the second year, 9 cent per hour increase to the pension fund, and 4.5 cents per hour increase to their welfare fund. They started to slowly come back to work over the weekend of January 26th.
It's Philadelphians on a Tuesday, you know.
Yeah.
The bed's kind of comfy, you know what I mean?
Yeah. If you don't, with the shape up, you technically don't have like a hard start time.
I know. It's like, I work when I work. Leave me alone.
You know, maybe the real solution here is we need to do like a remote work shape up. So everyone just like logs on to a giant Slack channel and various people get selected for work that day.
That's me every day, Gabe. Hey, do I have to come in today? Fuck.
God damn it.
But it's a Monday.
I don't want to put this idea out there to like gigify a dock worker shape up.
I was just thinking of like what a virtual impressment as a seaman yourself, Gabe. You know, impressment.
Ooh. Yeah.
I was just thinking what a virtual impressing would be.
That'd
be like a Google chat or like some kind of meeting link that they send you in the morning at 9 a.m. and you have to work from home.
Yeah.
I've never had to work from home, but I'm sure that's what it's like.
You open an email attachment and then your computer, or then you get malware installed on your computer that forces you to do work.
Just going to a meeting.
Yeah. You open an email attachment, installs malware on your computer, and immediately Microsoft Teams pops up. Which effectively, that's just what a Teams invite is.
Essentially.
Anyway.
As long as you bring your whole self to work, Gabe.
Yes.
Which is what those dock workers were slowly doing on this day.
Thank you. Good transition. After 4 days of striking, an 80-day cooldown, and then an additional month of striking, the Philadelphia dock workers came back to work with a fairly decent new contract, and demonstrated the strength of solidarity across the whole East Coast.
The Philadelphia fans went wild.
Indeed, they did. And
Jolly good.
That was the 1962 to 1963 dock worker strike.
All right. Very cool.
And that was a podcast.
No, it wasn't, Gabe.
Well,
I didn't.
Did we not record? Oh, God damn it.
I just wanted to give you a little heart attack.